Alrighty, if you've made it this far, we're up to the insertion checks here, and we are on the checklist called status check. Go ahead and give that a run. And this is basically cleaning up some of our guidance systems post-insertion. So, gimbal motors off. Main bus ties we want completely to off here. Our ELS, entry landing system. This system deploys our parachutes and our drogue chute and jettisons our apex cover. With the logic off, that won't happen. However, in an abort situation, you will click flip this logic switch up. But now that we're in orbit, we flip that to manual. And command module RCS logic was on because if we aborted, it would use that logic system to automatically pressurize the CMRCS without us having to flip that switch. We're in orbit now, so we don't need to abort. Turn that off. And we can unpower the entry landing system so we get less draw from the batteries. We turned it off, so we may as well pull the circuit breakers. We can safe our pyrotechnics, which were it would be used to fire off the squibs for aborting and jettison of the apex cover, deployment of the parachutes. We could turn that off. The logic switches set the relays. The arm actually allows you to fire the pyros. We are attached to the S4Bs, so we'll also be disabling our RCS. Auto RCS selectors, turning them all off. We don't have the capability of aborting, so turn them off. EDS power, emergency detection system. The booster is pacified, so we don't need to detect emergencies. Turn it off. Thrust vector control servos, again, we're in orbit. No abort needed, so we do not need to command the SPS gimbal motors. So the TVC servo power driven from that SCS system, turn those off. Again, those are the motors which tell the gimbal motors what to do. Pulsed code modulator bit rate. This essentially is, well, it's almost like cycles per second or like a frames per second. Basically, we're just turning everything on low. High affords you better telemetry for different systems, and low affords you well, to be honest, I don't really know exactly the benefit of using low. Less power draw for sure. But you do lose some of the telemetry in mission control when you're on PCM bitrate low. Fuel cell react valves, again, we are no longer, vibrating it up. So norm, in case we need to shut react valves. Service module heaters, we're in space now. Space kind of cold. So we need to keep these preheated so that they function properly. Caution and warning, we're no longer boosting, so set that to normal. And now we'll perform the dust cover jettison. If you press C while in the middle seat, toggle these seats, take them down. You can turn on some of the lower equipment bay lighting, like so. That way, you don't look like you're dumpster diving. We've got a home down there, and in fact, that's where we would sleep, so let's make it cozy. And not simulated in reentry because we can already see stars. So it's already jettisoned. However, that would basically work by just setting optics power on, the mode to manual, speed to high, and then maximum. That's not the right one. It's control, not shift. Maximum right, basically. So you would go in the optics and you'd command maximum right like that. And then eventually it would jettison the optics. For whatever reason. Oh no, it does measure. Perfect. Good stuff. Once they jettison, turn the 0 switch back on. And that's done. We'll talk about what the optics can do a little later. But that's everything you need to run through. Very simple and easy checklist, that one.